Good afternoon. Welcome to OptionsTender. It is Wacky Wednesday, March 25th, 2026. So we're going to go through SPX on the daily and the 65 along with the VIX as well. And we'll keep it short and sweet. So we're doing this intraday about noon Eastern Standard Time. If you want to get these videos intraday, consider becoming a YouTube supporter. If you want to get more in-depth, valuable videos such as the game plans that I send out intraday and sometimes in the morning, then consider the upper level. It's $10 a month. You don't like it, don't like what you see, then just get rid of it. And if you want to save a few dollars, go to Patreon to get those videos. $90 for the full year. All right, let's jump into it. And by the way, make sure you stick around for that 65-minute because I'm going to kind of show you valuable lesson on what's happening right now. We're sort of, everything looks bullish. There's a lot of green, but underneath the hood, we have some weakness. And so clearly we're in an equilibrium here, buyers and sellers at the same time. And I want to show you what that looks like. All right, so we're going to go through SPX on the daily time frame. Here's where we left off. If you're new here, we have three levels that we've been paying close attention to. 65.50. That's this is our horizontal support. Yes, we did spike through it for the slanted neckline. We're looking for a left shoulder, head, and a right shoulder. Okay, and that's what this is portraying there. So let me get this off of here. So we had our range. We broke down from it. One of the hardest trading environments to be in, unless you're just a super short-term scalper. It was tough, very tough. So if you made it through this, good job, you guys. Now things are going to get a little bit more clean. I know it doesn't seem like it in the intraday, but when this pans out, we're looking for a move higher. That high, I do believe, is in for now. And once price gets back above it, that's going to be your breakthrough, your breakout confirmation that we should hit the higher levels up here. So your second level, the monthly 8 EMA, that's right here about 660, 66.60 on SPX. All right, and this is a zone because we have the 200 moving average, and I'll show you that in just a second. That's a zone. It's going to be a tough area to get through. Next, we have the other purple. That's at 6,800 area. That's our weekly 20 SMA. So pretty soon here, you're going to see people talking about the kiss of death. After we make our breakout, we're going to hit this kiss of death, our downtrend line, and then I think we're going to break down. But what you can do, and we're going to do this on the lower time frame too, is now we're starting to form this equilibrium. Okay. Now I drew this down here. We don't have, a move down here yet. I still think we can close this gap here, and then we'll adjust this accordingly wherever that low comes in. And there's a huge reason why this is going to be the low if price decides to come down here. It's because we're going to tag the 1929 trend line once again. All right. If we break down to this level, we're looking at the 1929 trend line that crosses with 2000 and with 2025. All right. So that's going to be a super important pivot that I think if price comes back down here, you might get a little stick save or such. But yeah, that's where I think we're going. And with that said, this is a corrective move. And then once we start, descending again, it's not going to be just some straight line. You're going to have these moves back and forth until one side or the other breaks down or breaks out. All right. That's putting it in a very simple version. Now let's look at some of these indicators. We have our 8 EMA and our 200. That's why we're rejecting off today. All right, we have no reason to believe that it's going to break out directly from this point yet. We could get a doji today, and then we could break down from there. But just know on the weekly time frame, and check out the weekend video that I did. All right, the weekly time frame, we had a nice big weekly red bar, and now we're working an inside bar here. So a very choppy week. I don't really see us getting a resolution this week. I think we chop. You might end up just a little bit higher, but ultimately it's going to be a reversal candle, a harami perhaps, and then we get our follow through next week. All right, and here's our cluster of moving averages. We have our 50 and 100. That's going to be, when we get to that area, that's going to be the very important cluster of moving averages, as well as with the 200, or excuse me, the 20 simple moving average on the weekly time frame. Okay, trend is still down technically, so the pressure is still lower. We have the RSI. Sorry, I had to look at my phone. We had the RSI. We're bouncing off of oversold conditions. I do think we could have a move a little bit lower, but ultimately I think this moves into an overbought condition in the next few weeks. Now we have our buy signal. Okay, so you see the pressure. We're in a downtrend, but we have buy signals. All right, that's starting to give us this chop. And I think we resolved to the upside. Now, we might get across here on the MACD, but I don't think this is going to lead us, higher into brand new highs or anything. It might even just come to the zero line and then start heading back lower. Depending on how fast this moves, it could just come up over the leader line's a blue line. The MACD is the yellow. Could just whipsaw and then start heading lower. We'll call an oscillator. We're gaining a little strength in the market underneath the hood. So that when we had this move lower, you see we have this positive divergence. Price went lower, indicator made a higher low. All right, and you can see some strength coming into the market, and that's again pointing to us getting a larger bounce here eventually. And our Bollinger Band, I didn't fix those. Nothing, no setup yet anyway. So, all right, so what's the VIX looking like? The VIX is being stubborn, okay? So we have these moving averages. We have the 20, that's our trend indicator. That's a simple moving average and on all time frames. And we have the 8 EMA, all right? So price is still holding this 8 EMA. This still could go tag some higher levels here. All right, momentum's still up, trend is still up, trend is down in SPX. So we still have this pressure for some downside in the market. Okay, and so we still could get to this 28 tag it. We kind of left some unfinished business there. It doesn't have to get a new high here, but it certainly can. And then over time, here's our timing aspect. We're looking at the VIX. Okay, we had our VIX minor cycle low. That gave us a pop here, and now I think we're going to get a lower high, and we're going to start to descent into April. I'm going to highlight the box there. This starts in April 9th. Okay, so wherever we are when the market finds a bottom, you're going to see the VIX get crushed, past the 20, past the 8, and highly likely to the 50 moving average. If it does come to the others, you have the 100 here at 19, and you have the 200 right here at about 18. Okay, so any one of these could be tagged, and this would just be if you got all the way down here to the 200, that would be a back test of a wedge breakout. Okay, all that going into the week of April 9th. Okay, and then we should find a low in the VIX, and that's when we find a peak in the market on our bounce, and then we start our ascent higher in the VIX while the market breaks down. Okay, very simple way of looking and timing out your moves here. Okay, SPY on the 65. All right, so we have our first downtrend, okay? That's what we're at That's what we're rejecting off of so far. Yes, I know some people are going to say left shoulder, right shoulder, head and shoulder. Great. It could break out. If it does, then we have to reconsider that there's going to be another low tagged here. We have a gap. That's the full gap. Obviously, it's partially closed. And then the actual close will be right here where the last week closed. Okay? And so that's at about 648.50. If price does break down, that's where it's going. And to keep this simple, and here's what we've been looking at. Okay, so this is where we finished off. This is kind of our pathway. Do we come straight up here and then break down? I'm not in that camp. Here's what I think. We came up to this point. So that's done. I think that's over with. I'm looking for the gap close. And I'll show you why. And then a move higher from there. Not in a straight line, obviously. Okay, and into the VIX cycle low. And that will be our peak. Okay, do we make a new low here? It's possible, but I doubt it. I think NDX and QQQ are more likely to make a just an undercut of the lows, and there's a gap underneath on the Qs. Okay, so if you want to do this simply and put this in a super simple form, get rid of all this stuff for now, just in the very near term for this week, and just draw yourself a equilibrium. You have lower highs here, and then you have higher lows here. All right, and that's your equilibrium. And this looks kind of steep to me. I think this is going to break down, and you're going to end up redrawing it to wherever the lows are in that 1929 trend line, and we're going to finish off the week in an equilibrium. That's what I'm looking for. But for now, you can leave it up here. And if this breaks down, that's why we got the pop today, right? We came down to the trend line and pop back up. All right, so that's what I got. And let's do this. Let's show why this is it's so difficult. This is a very difficult environment. Okay, so we have our initial move up, right? Our low is in. Initial move up. We have a 3-wave move down. All right, that says correct. It's a corrective wave. Okay, unless you had a 1-2-1-2 and you're going much lower. But that's not the case. We already broke above this high here. Okay, so it's corrective. So we're going higher. All right, and then we have, well, a corrective move. Okay, well, what the heck? How can we go higher if we have a corrective move in this C wave? C waves are made of 5 waves. It can be a motive wave, which is an ending diagonal or some sort of diagonal. And you have the impulse wave, where the waves do not cross. Okay, this clearly is not impulsive. Okay, so if this is corrective, and then we have a 3-wave, don't look at that wick, that's fake wick. Then we have a 3-wave move down. All right, so do we have a triangle? Okay, well, if we have a triangle, then wait for the breakout or breakdown, period. Right? You have your A, B, C, D, E, boom. It should go higher. All right, and but here's going to be the confusing part about to the bulls. Okay, and by the way, if this is bullish, then this should be an ABC for 1, ABC for 2, ABC for 3, ABC for 4, and that's an ending diagonal. Bearish. All right, then to complete our and get our gap here, our gap fill. This is an ABC for 1, and we learned this today. We put this video out earlier today for members because this became a 3-wave move. Then we got this nice big bounce. So in order to be, this can't be an impulse wave to the downside again, unless this is a 1-2, 1-2, and we're going much lower. All right. But to me, where you're getting these bulls and bears fighting, you're having choppy waves. So I think this can resolve as a ABC for 1, ABC for 2, ABC for 3, 4, and 5. Close gap, have your high or low, and then we go for an impulse. That's what I'm looking for. I think that's the higher probable situation. So I do hope that helps. And it's getting real grainy in here, but that's what I have to look at intraday. Okay. And if you just want to keep it simple, just make yourself an equilibrium. Break out, break down. Simple as that. Okay. These new highs here. You could tag it just a little bit higher and it still be in the downtrend, right? And then you just kind of redraw your, you just redraw this. So maybe all the points are perfect. So maybe it goes just a little bit higher, but we're still in that downtrend there. All right, so let's look at some of you see the moving averages. Trend, we're trying to firm up here to get on top of the trend. Mostly just in an equilibrium at this point though. Okay, so here's your RSI. You know, we're not overbought, we're not oversold. A little bit of strength here. So you don't want to see, if we do make a new high right there just today, then you don't want to see a lower high right here. I'll just say that right now. That'd be negative divergence in the near term. And then your slow stochastic so far is still heading higher. So you see where we're getting this choppiness. If this does break to the downside, which it had a couple false breaks so far, then you know this was just a bear flag, and you should see this lower end come into play. Okay, and our momentum's still up. Trends down, momentum starting to get, obviously on the daily time frame, the momentum's down. 65 momentum's up. It's giving us chop. All right, if this starts to whipsaw or cross over, then we're getting recent lows, not the actual low. I don't think that's going to happen. Money flow starting to, we had accumulation here, starting to firm up a bit. Then Bollinger Bands, the band, no, just no setup here. The setup was down here at the bottom of the band with a RSI that was oversold with positive divergence. All right, let's look at the VIX, interpret that, and then we'll be on with our day. Okay, so the VIX can do a couple things here. We still have some upside that could remain. This gap is closed. Okay, it attempted a couple times and rejected. So if the market's to go higher, we want to see this. And you could, I'll draw this minor trend line right here. So maybe the VIX comes down here, tests this trend, this possible trend line. It's more of a pivot right now. And then the market would just eke out that new high. Or if we just start breaking down in the market going into tomorrow, we shouldn't have too much more of a breakdown going into tomorrow. Friday should be a pretty decent, starting a structure to the upside, in my opinion. And so in order to go lower in the market, you want to see the VIX maybe test up here a little bit higher first. Get a lower high, and then start the descent into the 9th of April. Okay, so again, this is just really, it's just in an equilibrium like anything else. Market, boom, and we might not see a whole bunch happen for the rest of the day. All right, so don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you all. I want to see you in the Discord. It comes with both packages. Also the cheddar flow data and dark pool prints. That's very, very valuable. And so join us in the Discord. It's not much to ask. Support the channel and have a wonderful day. We'll see you tomorrow.